Good morning, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of Deep Cut Dive. Today, we're going to take a look at 5 deep cut recommendations into the catalog of none other than Pink Floyd. A band with a lot of really notable songs, a lot of radio staples, a lot of songs that they played live throughout their career. They got many kind of hits compilations and various sorts of greatest this and greatest that. We're not going to look at any of those songs. We're going to kind of go deeper into their albums to find those kind of hidden nuggets that the casual fan might not know. So again, just to remind everybody, if you are a big-time fan of Pink Floyd, you obviously are going to know any song that I'm going to throw out there. These episodes aren't necessarily for you. These are more for those casual fans that know the more popular songs from Pink Floyd, but maybe don't own a lot of their albums, or maybe have Dark Side of the Moon, or Wish You Were Here, or a Greatest Hits set, or one of their live albums. That's kind of about it, right? These songs are for those folks to kind of explore the music of Pink Floyd a little bit deeper than just those big popular songs, right? So if you are one of those Pink Floyd aficionados, you know the catalog in and out, offer up 5 or 10 recommendations for your fellow viewers who maybe don't know the catalog all that well beyond those big songs. So I'm going to kind of try and hit on some of the lesser known albums, with one exception, a later exception. But I'm going to try and focus on some of these kind of more obscure albums from early in their career that, again, most folks may not know, because we've got a lot of people, who love Pink Floyd, but they mainly, they came on board with Dark Side of the Moon and Wish You Were Here and Animals on the Wall, excuse me, that sort of thing. So I'm gonna not touch on those albums at all. So we're gonna start off here in 1968 with Saucer Full of Secrets. That album right there. Okay, this is the last album to feature Syd Barrett in any capacity. Okay, this is David Gilmour's kind of hello, welcome to the band kind of party. The song I'm picking here is "Remember a Day." It's kind of like a haunting slice of psychedelia, early space rock. It's got the creepy Richard Wright keyboards, the piano, haunting piano from Richard Wright. You can still feel Syd Barrett's presence in the band, although I don't know exactly how much he contributed to this particular song. I think he added a touch of acoustic guitar here or there. He didn't do much on this album, but you can still feel his presence big time. All right, you got some wonderful slide guitar from David Gilmour, real melancholy vocals, just real kind of chilling early Floyd classic, I think, that just really never got its due. So Remember a Day from Saucer Full of Secrets from 1968. I know some of you are probably saying, oh, that CD cover does not do this album justice. You got to have the LP to get the full effect, and I totally agree with you on that. All right, next up, we're going to go to 1969. They did a new studio album, which basically turned out to be the soundtrack to a movie called More. Or actually, was that the name of the movie? I don't even remember. Music from the film More, yeah. Played and composed by Pink Floyd, so that's this one right here. I was sitting there thinking for a second, was the name of the movie More, or is it just, I know the album is titled More, whatever, it doesn't really matter. I've never seen it, by the way. The song here is going to be called Ibiza Bar. And it's one of the later tracks on this album. It's just, this is an interesting album. It's got, mostly a bunch of instrumentals, a couple of vocal tunes, a lot of kind of sound effects and things like that. But I always thought Ibiza Bar was a very cool song by Floyd. It's almost kind of like their early, proto-metal statement. It's easily one of the, heaviest, hardest rocking songs they've ever done. It's got these big, slashing David Gilmour guitar riffs, crashing drums from Nick Mason. Just a really cool tune and a rockin' tune, and it's kind of not very indicative of what Pink Floyd did, but every so often they would throw kind of one of these heavier tracks in there, and this is definitely one of their earlier ones, and it's a good one. So if you want to hear Floyd in a more kind of rockin' format, a little heavier format, that's one to seek out, I think. All right, next up, going to go to 1970s Adam Hart Mother. That's this one right here, for a song called Alan's Psychedelic Breakfast. So this is the last cut on the album. It's definitely very deep. It's like a 3-part closing instrumental, kind of avant-garde psychedelic, whatever you want to call it. It's got loads of, that early prog rock sound. You got acoustic and electric guitars. You got Richard Wright's trippy organ sounds. All right, kind of the way this song came about. It's their roadie Alan Stiles. Basically, they recorded. I think Richard Wright is the one who kind of was the mastermind behind this song. Recorded Alan kind of eating breakfast and talking about what he's eating and drinking and all this kind of stuff. So they recorded some of that, dropped it in throughout the song. Also, there's like tap water dripping sounds, right, that Richard recorded, and you see them pop up, and especially at the end of the song. So it's a pretty cool tune. This is not like accessible, sing along Pink Floyd stuff, and it's definitely much more avant-garde than most of their stuff. But it's very indicative of the early period in the band's history, and I think it's a very cool tune. A lot of great keyboards in this song too. Just really, really cool tune on an album that's not often talked about, but it's one of their early greats. All right, my fourth choice is going to be from 1972, Obscured by Clouds. Another very cool early album from the band, Childhood's End, which is a song they played live in 72 when they went out, touring for this, but then pretty much dropped forever. It's again, one of those songs, it's more of a harder rockin' piece. But I think it's one of those harder rockin' pieces that the casual fans need to hear, because I think it's got great David Gilmour vocals on it and guitar. It's got the smoky organ from Richard Wright. It's very memorable and rockin', and I think any fan of like the more popular rock songs from Dark Side of the Moon, metal, Animals, Wish You Were Here, I think would definitely love this song. Childhood's End, to me, sounds like that Pink Floyd song that got away. It's like the one song from early in their catalog that's got kind of overshadowed by, Money and all those other popular songs that kind of came to follow on subsequent albums. And I think for anybody who's a casual Pink Floyd fan and only knows like the really popular songs, I think Childhood's End, out of all the songs on my list, is going to be the song for you that you're going to go and you're going to listen to, and you're going to be like, oh yeah, that's the Pink Floyd I like. And you'll instantly gravitate towards it. So a very, very cool song from Obscured by Clouds. Childhood's End is the song. And my last choice is from the Division Bell. So we're going to go way ahead of time. So I'm going to bypass all those really, really popular, huge albums, because kind of hard to find, deep cuts on those. Everybody knows those albums inside and out, right? But Division Bell was they put out a studio album of kind of leftovers and things a few years ago. But this is the last, true, like, group new release. Obviously no Roger Waters here. This is the David Gilmour version of the band, right? Wearing the Inside Out from 1994 as a Division Bell. I picked the song because, again, this album was very, very popular. They played a good majority of this stuff live, and it's on the, most of the songs are on the Pulse album and whatnot. But I think Wearing the Inside Out, while they might have played it briefly on this tour, I'm not really 100% sure if they did or not, but it's notable because it's got Richard Wright singing the lead vocal, which I think they should have utilized him more. Really good vocal from him. It's kind of like a laid-back, dreamy tune. It's kind of lengthy. It's close to 7 minutes long. Lots of kind of crying Dave Gilmour guitar strains in the beginning of the song. At the end, he just kind of really tears it up. You got lots of kind of sumptuous keys from Wright. You got saxophone popping up here and there, female backing vocals. It's just a really, really underrated gem from this album, which is a very strong album, an enjoyable album. For those of you who enjoy the latter period. Tala agrees. For those of you who enjoy the latter period, Pink Floyd, without Roger Waters. If you're one of those no Roger Waters, no Floyd, what can I tell you? But I think this is a very strong album and a very cool tune that I think you guys will like. So there you have it. So to recap, we got Remember a Day from Saucerful of Secrets, Ibiza Bar from More, Alan's Psychedelic Breakfast from Atom Heart Mother, Childhood's End from Obscured by Clouds, and Wearing the Inside Out from the Division Bell. So there you have 5 deep cut recommendations for the Pink Floyd. So curious to see what you guys come up with, which deep cut nuggets you can pull out from their catalog and recommend to your fellow viewers who may not be that big into the music of Pink Floyd. So there you have it. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. So as you can see, I'm wearing my black. I bought a black and a blue one. I'm going to kind of get more stuff, but this is our new Sea of Tranquility t-shirt. You can also get it on in a hoodie. We also have it without the kind of triangle fantasy background. So if you just want the logo, you can get that as well. Like I said, we got t-shirts, we got hoodies, we got baseball hats, beanie hats, 2 different kinds of mugs, and stickers. So if you want to put on your wall, on your car, on your guitar case, on your file cabinet, on your computer, whatever. I don't know what do people do with stickers nowadays. I don't know. So the link to that will be in the description of the video below. So check that out. We got links to our Ko-Fi page for those who want to donate to the channel. That's there as well. Coming up, let's see, what do we got coming up? Hopefully this weekend I'm going to try and squeeze in a rank in the studio albums of drawing a blank. April Wine. Yeah, that's it. That's the ticket. April Wine. I'm also going to be working on a rank in the studio albums of Foghat, because I know we got a million people asking for Foghat. Jack Toledano's coming on the show Sunday. We are going to do a kind of like a fun little show, taking a look at a lot of the special releases and box sets from Jethro Tull, because they've got a lot of great ones, and Jack and I both have quite a little collection of cool Jethro Tull things, so we're going to kind of show those off, and the next week, all sorts of things happening next week. Martin Popos coming back on the show next week, Chris Aller coming back on the show next week, Jeff Young coming back on the show next week. We're going to do deep cut dives for, what do we got going on? We got Budgie and Saxon and Yes and Chicago and The Who and all sorts of stuff. So make sure you check it all out, and we'll see you guys real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.